everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm always so happy to find you here. I do upload on Mondays and Thursdays, and for your convenience, one other time during the week, which I don't know which hard day that is yet, but please click subscribe. Anytime while watching this video, you will be notified when I do upload any content for your view. And of course, my pleasure. It most definitely is my pleasure. I'm going to slow down to recapture. There you go. It is my pleasure to have you here. Welcome to any new subscribers. I hope you stay for a good long while. Bring a friend with you next time. And this particular topic, as you can see from my backdrop, has to do with work in the workplace. And actually, a lot of my content really is work related, work motivated. But sometimes I kind of get into just general life because a lot of people realize that work is a big part of their life. And as we're at the beginning of a new year, a lot of times people make resolutions as to how they like to improve in their three areas: weight, work, and relationships. And I've done a video and uploaded on that. So I'll drop that in your description box for your convenience. I'm not going to start over. I am going to get my flow right. So having said that, I have often found that most people don't know what the heck HR does. Even the leadership. They expect them to hire and fire and fix payroll problems and benefit questions, and that's it. And there's a whole realm of other things that the HR professionals do, and I won't get into that, but I will share on this video is that there is an HR graphic for the model of excellence. And what that is in the realm of human resources, personnel management, is a model of, and it has key corridors within it, okay? It is a model of excellence and expectations for a person in that role. Any, what I call HR practitioner, a person that's in the field and is making a career of the field and not traveling through it. And some of those key expectations is what you expect them to do, what the peers and leaderships expect them to be, what you expect them to carry by way of their professional behavior, what you expect them to exhibit in their capabilities to answer career questions for you. It's just an entire it's an entire wheel, a model of excellence. I'm sharing that with you to say this. And also definitely being tactful and resourceful. I'm saying that to say this. There is a characteristic for a person to thrive and succeed in this field. And there is a misnomer in which HR should do it for you and not partner with you. And then there's a misnomer in the partnership of that, in that HR is going to align with you on your request to carry out what you came to request for, instead of HR guiding you through. There's a lot of different things that occur by which the partnerships are not as, what would I say, in sync as they could be based on the other person's history and or lack of understanding of the HR role, if that makes sense. Now, I'm saying that to say this. I have always wanted to career develop my team because I want to career develop myself. But I've never wanted to do it for you. I did that for many years. And what I found by doing it for you for many years is that I just had to keep doing it for you. You didn't know how to do it without me. You were afraid you were going to make a mistake. You were afraid that it's going to land you in court and there's going to be a hearing and all of that. You were afraid. And so the teamwork and the goals and the expectations, even though you were trained, you were afraid to implement without holding on to the HR. Well, see, this is nonsense. Not your nonsense, but this thought process of that is nonsense. And this is what I found. And despite even uploading this video, that's not going to change because the person is uncomfortable. Again, I've had many, many uploads where I say the person is uncomfortable with uncomfortable conversations. They're uncomfortable with conflict. And so by default, HR spends a lot of time in employee relations issues when they shouldn't spend a lot of time in employee relations issues. You make your workplace compatible, not combatable. Compatible, not combatable. People know how to combat well, but they don't know how to be compatible well, even in relationships. If you knew how to use your voice properly, that person could hear you because typically they're listening for your words from your heart and not the thoughts that you thought. And that's where the disconnection happens. Now, a lot of times, I would agree now, a lot of times that comes with where the person is in their own development, I'll say, to get that done. But for the most part, it is being able to receive it and listen. Otherwise, you can work with anyone when you do that. But it is not the role of the HR as you are going into your new year at work. Why do you think they call it resource? Human. We're not bought yet. We're not we're not bots yet. Human resource. We're resource for you. And let me say this as a resource. But it ain't bragging if it's the truth. I can go into any company and tell you exactly where the problem is. Give me 30 days and I could do it. I could write you a prescription as to how to fix it. Many times it's not fixed because the person or persons in leadership doesn't want to fix the person you're recommending to get fixed. Now, this goes back to the ego again, and this goes back to how dare you, and this goes back to positional power, and this goes back to, and that's why it's not fixed. Now, am I picking up positional power? No. But a lot of times what you report to them, they've already heard, they've done nothing about it, so it's back on them. The problem is in the basement. The cries are coming from the child's room because a lot of times when ego is out of check and the king is upset and the king is, kicking and crying, is because the child within that person has not been fixed. Now, this sounds all psychological, but isn't HR a lot psychological? Because you're dealing with people and you're dealing with people's issues. So let me say it to you this way. I never sought out to learn what I discovered. I was just going about my business at work. But I kept asking myself, why is it I trained on the same subject over and over again? And they're not getting it. I would offer easy trainings. I'd offer, online trainings so I could take it whenever they wanted to. They didn't want to make time for it. They wanted to do whatever they did. If they're sales, they want to do sales. If they're marketing, they want to do marketing. If they're a work in the custodial, they don't want to do it because the whole image of the HR, but really HR should be developing you, should be training you, you should be embracing that. And you should learn to make your coaching and corrective action pertaining to the person in front of you and not cookie cutter. So that's one of the things. You don't just met out, we did it this way last time. This is a different person in a different situation, although it seems to all of this. And so I would ask myself over and over again, why I just ask those questions. When you ask why, you get a disturbing answer. But then you start digging and digging and digging, trying to figure it out. And what you're left with is because many times they prefer to you just do it for them. Well, see, this is nonsense because you're responsible for that team. You're responsible for that. Most HR has a team of their own that they're responsible for. So this is what I mean by I can go into any company. I don't care if it's a kickback company, if it's kind of a tech company where what I say, the kids wear shorts and they are paid to play a game and see how interesting it is and tweaking its technology. I don't care if it's more structured and military based. I know where to find it. It's in the basement. It's in the things you refuse to address. It's in the things you don't want to see. It's in the ways and behavior of your culture. It's in the people you haven't addressed. It's in the things you chose to ignore. It's in the lack of accountability. It's in your surveys that you did nothing about. Now the employees don't want to take another survey because you do nothing about it. This is what I mean. So when you have this model of excellence and expectations for the HR, what they should do, how they should present themselves, how they should behave, what their capabilities are, how they should be tactful, how they should be resourceful, how they should assist you, how they should team up with you, how they should partner with you, you should do it too. It is not on the HR. You should be learning every day and not be angry with them when they say, hey, I can show you this again, but I can show you this. I often put it on me. I go, you have this so good. I'm afraid you might take my job. You're so good at it. I have to do it like that. You don't need me. Go at it and let me know. Just check back with me and let me know how that went. Oftentimes, if they sit across with their employees by which they're having a problem with our conversation that they want to speak to me about, if they talk to that person directly and respectfully and have that courageous conversation, things will just work. They always do. It's the lack of speaking about it. It's the lack of talking. It's the lack of engaging. It's the lack of addressing an employee. And guess what? Because of that lack, they don't trust that you will. So that's why. So achieve your goals, acquire the teamwork, and stop emailing the HR and everything because we don't need to be CC'd on everything. I'm telling you, we don't need to be. I don't need to know it all. And a lot of times, so I'll end here. You also don't need to go directly to the HR man. The HR staff is trained as well. I can't tell you how many people say, but I want to talk to Sheri. She does something about something. My entire team does something about something. So there you have it. Look, give people a chance. Give people a chance. And if you have to speak to somebody or talk to somebody that's difficult that you haven't done yet, I urge you, do it. Just do it. And let good things happen as a result of it. Okay. I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click subscribe. If you need any HR help, I'm telling you, I know where it's at. Y'all need to just, I know where it's at. Where it's at. All right. Have a good day. If you've gotten this far, please click subscribe, share this with a friend. I'll see you next time. Bye.